Welcome back to Project Rubicon. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing my Zenith ZF5-P. This gun is a clone of the HK SP5K, so very similar in features, but again, obviously a clone. I've really enjoyed this gun. It's one of the most fun firearms that I own to shoot. So I'm hoping that this video will help just cover some of the key features of the firearm. Before we also start, I just want to say that I did clear and safe this weapon, so there's no ammunition in the gun. And if you enjoy the content of this video and the other videos on my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. I plan on doing a lot more of these videos throughout the course of the year. So again, I mentioned this is a clone of the HK SP5K, so it's the smaller version of the SP5 or MP5. And I'll walk through it kind of front to back, just how I have the gun currently configured. This gun does come with a threaded barrel, so if you're running any kind of suppressor, there's a direct thread there, and there's also a tri-lug adapter for if that's the kind of setup you have as well. This firearm has a loop on the front too for a sling. I have a handguard on here with this vertical grip. This is from HK Parts. I really like this handguard. I think these are kind of more of the traditional look for the gun. So you know, if you're gonna get one, I would, I just think that these personally look the best. And these are good too because they have the cutout here for M-lock on both sides. So if you need to mount like a weapons light or anything like that, I could certainly do so. And then kind of moving back on the firearm, I'm actually going to cover the stock that I have on here next, just to kind of get it out of the way. This is a folding stock. The reason I went with this one as opposed to the kind of more traditional collapsible stock that HK makes is I just think that these folders look better on the K versions of the gun. If the full-size SP5, I definitely think the collapsible stock looks the best, but this I think just in terms of the look is definitely better in my opinion, and I think it's it just is easy to travel with it, throw it in a range bag, things like that. So again, this brand is A3 Tactical, so it's an aluminum stock, and the weapon also has, or excuse me, the stock also has a kind of rubberized, you can see that kind of butt plate on here, which they make a bunch of different versions of it, and they also allow these to be kind of configured however you want it. So this is just the kind of simple version that I have here. This stock also has a cheek riser, so this has different levels to it, so that can also be changed out or taken off altogether. But the nice thing about this, if you expand this out, is it gives you a kind of rest point for your cheek, especially if you have a little bit higher optic or red dot on the gun, to be able to just be a little bit more ergonomic. Also on here, while I have this open, I do have a little loop here. I got this I think just online from Amazon or somewhere like that, but it was a very just cheap piece, but it just allows the sling to have another kind of connection point here, since at least this version of this stock doesn't come with a loop or anything like that for a sling in the rear of the firearm. And then I also have a different kind of cap on the back here. There's a double pin, so this just has a vertical pick rail that you can attach the stock to, and this is also adjustable up and down as well. This position is the most comfortable for me to shoot. Otherwise, up top here I have a kind of claw pick rail section for the optic. This came from Zenith, so I definitely try to get OEM parts kind of for firearms wherever I can. I know not all firearms manufacturers make all parts that you might need, and not all of them are the best quality, but this one is pretty good. It's held up pretty well, and I haven't had any issues with it loosening up or anything like that since I've had it on the gun. And then lastly on here, I have a Holosun 403B red dot. These red dots are very reasonable in terms of cost. They're not overly expensive, and I think for the value that you get in terms of reliability, they do a really good job. And I like the size of this and the setup for this, again, this type of gun. It's not a bulky red dot, and it doesn't add a lot of weight to the gun because, you know, this is already especially with a, you know, fully loaded magazine, and it is pretty heavy for the compact size. So, and this one in particular is nice too because it does come with the riser that's hollow on the inside. So, I don't know how easy you can see that, but you can also co-witness the drum with the front post through the optic if needed. So, you know, if I'm ever out at the range and the battery dies or whatever, not having to try to rip it off, can just keep shooting. But yeah, again, and this one in particular comes, at least the version that I got, comes with a lowered plate too. So if you want to kind of mount it directly to the rail, you can do that, which still allows you to have full visibility. Again, you can't co-witness anymore, but it does give you a little bit of flexibility there. So the only other thing that I was considering with this again would be a weapon light, which I think in a future video I might consider kind of featuring that in whatever I end up getting in addition to any kind of adapters or anything. But yeah, I mean, again, I think like I said, from a reliability perspective, this gun has been solid. It has most of the features that the HK would have. It's just much more favorable from a price perspective. So I just have had a lot of fun shooting this, and eventually would like to build out a full-size SP5, but again, maybe that will be a future video as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, just kind of walking through my my Zenith, and if you have any recommendations or things that you found useful on this similar type of firearm, please drop a comment down below, and again, consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video. Thanks. Bye.